Okay? All right.
Picture this. It's 1976. You turn on the radio. And what do you hear? A grown man quacking like a duck over a disco beat. And it's the #1 song in America. Today we're counting down 20 #1 hits from the 1970s that critics, audiences, and even the artists themselves wish they could erase from history. These songs all topped the Billboard Hot 100 chart. They sold millions of copies. And they're almost universally hated today. Let's dive in. Starting at number 20, Island Girl by Elton John from 1975. Even Elton John fans cringe at this one. The lyrics tell a questionable story about a woman working in uncomfortable circumstances. Critics found the whole thing tone-deaf and exploitative. This is widely considered one of Elton's weakest #1 hits. And trust me, the list gets much worse from here. Number 19, Love Will Keep Us Together by Captain and Tennille, 1975. Now hear me out. This wasn't universally panned. But many critics found it overly simplistic and dripping with syrup. It's the musical equivalent of processed cheese. Technically edible, but is it really food? The production is slick. The vocals are polished. But there's nothing beneath the surface. It's like biting into a beautiful apple only to find it's made of wax. Number 18, I'm Henry VIII, I Am by Herman's Hermits. This was originally a 1960s hit, but it had a resurgence in the early 70s. It's a silly music hall comedy song about a man whose wife's previous 7 husbands were all named Henry. Critics were baffled that anyone thought this deserved a comeback. It's the kind of song that makes you question humanity's collective judgment. Number 17, Half Breed by Cher, 1973. The title alone should tell you this didn't age well. The song addresses discrimination faced by someone of mixed heritage. But the execution was clumsy at best. Critics found the lyrics problematic and the production overwrought. Even fans of Cher's powerful voice struggled with this one.
Sir, did you see what happened?
Yeah, I did. I was just standing over.
Number 16, The Streak by Ray Stevens, 1974. The year of streaking. People running naked through public places for attention. Ray Stevens decided to cash in with this novelty song about the fad. It's told from a bystander's perspective. It's supposed to be funny. But critics called it lowbrow, offensive, and idiotic. The sad part? Stevens kept making these kinds of songs on purpose.
Right down the middle of the court there, didn't have nothing on but his high-top Reeboks.
Ding-a-Ling, oh.
Number 15, My Ding-a-Ling by Chuck Berry, 1972. This is genuinely heartbreaking.
And then Mama took me to grammar school, but
Chuck Berry is a rock and roll legend, a pioneer, an icon, and his only #1 hit was this novelty song about a childhood toy with obvious double meanings. It's a live recording. The crowd is laughing and clapping along, but it's become his most criticized song by far. Imagine being remembered for your worst work instead of your groundbreaking contributions to music.
you know that's future Parliament out there singing.
Number 14, Knock 3 Times by Tony Orlando and Dawn, 1970. Another sugary Tony Orlando hit. This one's about communicating with a downstairs neighbor through ceiling knocks.
If the answer is no.
3 knocks means yes. 2 knocks means no. The concept is cute for about 15 seconds. Then it becomes grating. Then it becomes unbearable.
Only in my dreams did that wall between us come apart.
Critics described it as the musical equivalent of candy that's too sweet to actually enjoy.
Whoa, I can hear the...
When the town of Chicago died.
Number 13, The Night Chicago Died by Paper Lace, 1974. A dramatic narrative about a fictional gangster shootout in Prohibition-era Chicago.
Rang through the streets of the old East.
There's just one problem. The shootout never happened. The whole song is manufactured melodrama. Critics dismissed it as teen pop drivel created in a lab to extract money from unsuspecting listeners. It worked though. It hit number 1.
I thought it really was glory be. I heard my
touch, you know, Angie baby.
Number 12, Angie Baby by Helen Reddy, 1974. This song is genuinely disturbing. It tells the story of a mentally unstable young woman who seems to trap unwanted visitors inside her radio.
I see your folks have gone away. Would you dance with?
One critic described 1974 as the worst year for music. And this creepy song about an insane girl killing a malicious boy didn't help.
All right, tell the radio good night. All alone.
The melody is catchy, but the story is nightmare fuel. It's like a horror movie you can't escape because it's playing on every radio station.
Sure, lady, living in a world of make. Afternoon delight.
Number 11, Afternoon Delight by Starland Vocal Band, 1976. This upbeat song is about a midday romantic encounter.
afternoon delight. Sky rockets in flight.
It won a Grammy. Let that sink in. The problem? The euphemisms are awkward. The innuendo is clumsy. The whole thing feels like someone's embarrassing uncle trying to be hip. It's the musical version of winking way too much during a conversation. We get it? Please stop.
Afternoon delight. Yes, I like pina coladas.
Number 10, Escape, the Pina Colada Song, by Rupert Holmes, 1979. The last number 1 of the decade. And what a way to end things.
Come with me and escape.
A bored couple unknowingly answers each other's personal ads. They rediscover their relationship over drinks with little umbrellas. Critics found it maudlin. The premise is questionable. You're placing personal ads while still in a relationship? That's the foundation of your happy ending? But that chorus is sticky. You know the words. You probably hate yourself a little for it.
Right to me and escape.
Number 9, Tie a Yellow Ribbon Round the Old Oak Tree by Tony Orlando and Dawn, 1973. In May 1973, this record sold 3 million copies in 3 weeks.
Bus driver, please look for me.
It's about a released prisoner hoping his lover still wants him. The yellow ribbon is the signal. It became an annoying earworm that burrowed into America's collective brain and refused to leave.
I'm really still in prison and my love, she holds the key.
The melody is simple. The message is sentimental. But it crossed the line from touching to torturous. Radio stations played it constantly. People hummed it without realizing. It was inescapable.
To do if you still want me. If nothing more than feeling.
Number 8, Feelings by Morris Albert, 1975. The Brazilian singer repeated the word feelings 23 times in this song. 23 times. Critics found it overwrought and unbearable.
I wish I'd never met you, girl.
It's the musical equivalent of someone crying in your face and demanding you care about their emotions. The whole song is just feelings about feelings about feelings. There's no story. No development. Just raw sentiment bleeding all over your speakers.
and feelings like I've never had you.
Live looks like we got us a convoy.
Number 7, Convoy by C.W. McCall, 1976. This song hit number 1 in January 1976. It sold 2 million copies.
By the time we got into Tulsa town, we had 85...
It's a trucker anthem using CB radio slang to tell the story of a cross-country convoy evading police. For decades, it's been mocked as quintessential mid-70s garbage. The slang is dated. The concept is silly. The execution is questionable. But truck drivers loved it. And that's who bought it.
You're still too close. See how them hogs are starting to close up my sinuses. Mercy's sake, you better back off and...
Number 6, Billy Don't Be a Hero by Bo Donaldson and the Haywoods, 1974. An anti-war narrative ballad about a young soldier who dies trying to be heroic. The British version by Paper Lace was number 1 for 3 weeks in the UK. The American version faced similar success and similar criticism. It's heavy-handed. The message is obvious. The execution is clumsy. It's the musical version of being beaten over the head with good intentions. Number 5, Seasons in the Sun by Terry Jacks, 1974. This melancholic song hit number 1 around the world in 1974. It's a dying man saying goodbye to loved ones. Sounds touching, right? But critics noted that Jacks couldn't carry the melody adequately. The production is overwrought. The lyrics veer into maudlin territory. It's emotional manipulation set to music. And millions of people bought it anyway.
In the sun, but the stars we could reach with your starfish on. And you light up my life.
Number 4, You Light Up My Life by Debbie Boone, 1977. This was the single biggest song of the entire 1970s. Let me repeat that. The biggest song.
In the dark, but now you've come.
Of the entire decade. It's an inspirational ballad about finding hope and guidance. It's either romantic or spiritual depending on who you ask.
Rolling at sea, a dream.
Critics widely mocked it for its saccharine quality. One reviewer said it had dangerous sugar content. Another called it dental cavity music. But it topped the charts. Stayed there. And it made Debbie Boone a star despite being critically panned. Number 3, Muskrat Love by Captain and Tennille, 1976. Yes, Captain and Tennille are on this list twice. Congratulations to them. This whimsical song describes 2 muskrats courting and falling in love. They performed it at the White House in 1976 when Queen Elizabeth II visited. Imagine being the Queen of England. You've seen empires rise and fall. You've met world leaders and dignitaries. And you have to sit there politely while Americans sing about muskrats in love. Critics consistently rank this among the worst songs of the decade. The concept is bizarre. The execution is worse. It's nature-themed cringe set to music.
Having my baby.
Number 2, You're Having My Baby by Paul Anka, 1974. Oh boy, where do we start? A 2006 CNN online survey rated this as the worst song of all time. Not just of the 70s, of all time. Paul Anka wrote it as a tribute to his wife and 4 daughters.
Having my baby.
It's supposed to be about the joy of fatherhood, but the lyrics are patronizing. You're having my baby. What a lovely way of saying how much you love me. Wait, the baby is my baby? Not our baby? The National Organization for Women gave Anka the Keep Her in Her Place award.
Your face is glowing.
Ms. Magazine named him Male Chauvinist Pig of the Year. There's also a controversial line about abortion. Didn't have to keep it. You could have swept it from your life. But you wouldn't do it.
You could have swept it from your life, but you wouldn't do.
This came out just 1 year after Roe vs. Wade. The timing couldn't have been worse. Anka defended it as just a love song. He said the country had bigger problems than a hit record. But the damage was done. This song became a symbol of everything wrong with how men viewed women in the 70s. And it was #1 for 3 weeks.
What's going through you? The need inside you.
And finally, #1, Disco Duck by Rick Dees and his Cast of Idiots, 1976. Rolling Stone readers crowned this the #1 worst song of the entire 1970s. Not just bad, the worst. Here's the story. Rick Dees was a Memphis DJ. He heard a guy doing a duck voice at his gym. He thought it was hilarious. So he wrote a song about a man at a disco party who gets overcome by the urge to dance like a duck.
When the music stopped, I returned to my seat.
He hired the gym guy to do the duck voice. It took 1 day to write. 3 months to convince anyone to perform it. The song hit #1 in October 1976. It sold over 4 million copies. It won a People's Choice Award. But Dees couldn't play it on his own radio show. Station management forbade it. They said it was a conflict of interest. When Dees mentioned the song on air one morning, his boss fired him on the spot. The competitor station hired him immediately. Their ratings went through the roof. Disco Duck appeared in Saturday Night Fever. But Dees's manager made a terrible decision. He denied permission to put it on the soundtrack album. That soundtrack sold over 40 million copies worldwide. It's the second best-selling soundtrack of all time. Dees could have made a fortune. Instead, he made a novelty hit that everyone hates. The song isn't even really disco. It's barely music. It's just a duck voice over a weak beat with some horns thrown in. And it was #1 in America. That's the 1970s for you. So there you have it. 20 #1 songs from the 1970s that make you wonder what everyone was thinking. These songs sold millions of copies. They topped the charts. They were unavoidable. And today, they're punchlines. The 70s gave us incredible music. Stevie Wonder, Led Zeppelin, David Bowie, Fleetwood Mac. But it also gave us Disco Ducks, Muskrat Love, and songs about pregnancy that angered literally everyone. That's the beautiful mess of popular music. Sometimes the worst songs are the most successful. Sometimes a duck voice is all you need to reach #1. Here's the thing though. These songs are part of music history. They tell us what people wanted to hear. What made them laugh. What made them buy records. Even the worst songs have a story. Even Disco Duck changed someone's life. Rick Dees went from being fired to becoming one of the most successful radio personalities in America. So maybe these terrible songs aren't so terrible after all. Maybe they're just wonderfully, perfectly, historically bad. If you enjoyed this trip through the worst of the 70s, hit that like button. Subscribe for more music history. And let me know in the comments, which of these songs do you secretly love? Because come on, we all have guilty pleasures. Thanks for watching. And remember, just because a song hits #1 doesn't mean it's good. Sometimes it just means it has a duck voice.